Hey everyone, welcome to another This Week in D1A Rugby. We're getting close to the playoffs right now, so let's have a look at what happened last week. First off, a pretty straightforward win for Arkansas State over McKendree. This is a Midwest Conference match. Arkansas State favored to win it. McKendree still building, still doing some stuff to get themselves up to that level, but Arkansas State's been doing it for a bit longer. So a solid run from number 8, Aaron Van Dyke, sets the Red Wolves up and lock. Tiernan O'Manion, he jumps the ball a little bit, but you can't tackle him that high, and he gets through. Good try for them. A bit of kicking back and forth between the two teams. Then Warwick Day has just had a great career for Arkansas State. Puts Braden Wilson through, and this is why you work hard in support. Day loses his footing, but it's all good because scrum half Ned Madden is there too. So that's a big win for Arkansas State. Next, we're in Provo. Have a look at this. Snowstorm hits and just keeps coming down. Most of the first half was like this, actually. Really tough for both teams, but I think ultimately easier on the offense. Once you know what you're doing, you're able to wrong foot players. Down 5-3, BYU takes advantage of that poor footing, takes a first half lead. Central Washington gets one back and then just works the phases until they get a penalty, and you know what's coming next. Line out, maul, Campbell Rob. That's kind of what they do on those penalties. Very punishing there. Okay, so now the snow lets up in the second half. It looks a little bit greener. It's nice. BYU deals with the maul well enough. This time they sack the Central Washington jumper. But the Wildcats have other options, and Jack Tregoning lofts a nice kick for Oscar Tracy. Those two having a good season as well. BYU doesn't really go away in this one. Finishes strong, but 37-27, Central Washington Wildcats feeling pretty good. This video is brought to you by Next Phase Rugby, which is an app that allows high school rugby players to connect with college rugby programs around the country. Those programs can be school-supported, club, all kinds of different ones. 450 are already on the app, and thousands of collegiate hopefuls are also on the app. Download the app if you're a college, or if you are a high school player looking for a college, go to nextphaserugby.com. There's a discount code for the premium level for high school players at the bottom of the screen. And good luck with your college search. It's also brought to you by USA Rugby Foundation, which is an organization that supports grassroots rugby around the country, and your donation can help build this great game of ours. Also brought to you by Irish Rugby Tours. Touring is a great way to expose your players to the global nature of rugby. Go to Irish Rugby Tours. They don't just do Ireland. They do all kinds of different countries: Spain, Portugal, New Zealand, South Africa, the UK. That's just a smattering of what they can do for you. Go to irishrugbytours.com. And this video is also brought to you by Panther Rugby Academy, providing elite playing and training opportunities for players throughout the South and a more extended version of the South. Panther Rugby Academy, check them out. And I also want to thank a new kit provider, which is 8x8 Sports. You can't see their logo on this shirt, although you can see it on others, but there's the back of the same shirt because I have more than one. And several other great kit. We'll be having merchandise available very soon as well, so I'm excited about that. Thanks to 8x8 Sports. It's 8x8sports.com. This video is brought to you by Next Phase Rugby, which is an app that allows high school rugby players to connect with college rugby programs around the country. Those programs can be school-supported, club, all kinds of different ones. 450 are already on the app, and thousands of collegiate hopefuls are also on the app. Download the app if you're a college, or if you are a high school player looking for a college, go to nextphaserugby.com. There's a discount code for the premium level for high school players at the bottom of the screen. And good luck with your college search. It's also brought to you by USA Rugby Foundation, which is an organization that supports grassroots rugby around the country, and your donation can help build this great game of ours. Also brought to you by Irish Rugby Tours. Touring is a great way to expose your players to the global nature of rugby. Go to Irish Rugby Tours. They don't just do Ireland. They do all kinds of different countries: Spain, Portugal, New Zealand, South Africa, the UK. That's just a smattering of what they can do for you. Go to irishrugbytours.com. And this video is also brought to you by Panther Rugby Academy, providing elite playing and training opportunities for players throughout the South and more extended version of the South, Panther Rugby Academy. Check them out. And I also want to thank a new kit provider, which is 8x8 Sports. You can't see their logo on this shirt, although you can see it on others, but there's the back of the same shirt because I have more than one. And several other great kit. And we'll be having merchandise available very soon as well. So I'm excited about that. Thanks to 8x8 Sports. It's 8x8sports.com. 2 wins for Sacramento State in D1A this year. That's 2 more than they ever had before. And this one of their better tries in a win over UC Davis. Good break, solid support, and prop. Tristan Leal will finish it off for the Hornets. It's been a good step forward for the Hornets, and we've seen that happen with a couple of teams in the California Conference. Cal State Long Beach confirmed for having at least a 500 record in conference with this win over Santa Clara. Good counter sets up flanker Oscar Jordan Shamus, and he does really well to keep his feet, get in for the try. Then we go to a keeper from scrum half, Nick Signorelli, and in comes Elijah Lolesio Pua, and a bit of a juggle, but he pulls out of the arms of one tackler, keeps going, excellent run, but Santa Clara will have wanted to sort of organize themselves a little bit better on that break. Rough end for Santa Clara, injuries didn't help them. Long Beach State, though, they play San Diego State this coming weekend, hoping to finish 5-3, but SD State has moved themselves to 3-4, so they're looking to finish 500 too, but they would like, get that in both of those teams be 4-4, which would be kind of a nice step forward, but a step forward through the season for both of those. A week after hosting Arizona at West Point, Army went to Cal. Cal is smart enough to know they need to get ahead early. Scrum center, well executed 8-9-12 move, and in support like a good flanker, John Puckett, and they are able to recycle, get it out to Hugo Schroeder, and then out again. And Cade Christ, he's going to go in for the score. That's going to make it 12-0 for Cal. And actually, they never trail in this one, but Army just sort of keeps gnawing at them. Forwards get one back here. Noah Sanchez tries to find some room. There's no way through, but they're back for the penalty and a tap penalty. And finally, lock George Engels is going to go over. Interesting tap move they do with it. One guy taps it, the other guy picks it up. Kind of like an indirect free kick in soccer. Cal did a really good job of keeping the scoreboard pressure going. Second half, they maul it. Army holds them, but it's a good flat pass from Solomon Williams to Mac Fell, and there's the gap, and he's in. So it'll be 24-12 when Army is able to come back with Captain Elijah Mangus on the 8-man pick, even though he's wearing number 7 on the back. Straight ahead from fly half Noah Sanchez, and then prop Jacob Botarini is going to finish this one off. So that makes it 24-19. Cal holds on, though. So that's a good one. And then back to another service academy, Navy against Mount St. Mary's. This one, I got a little chippy, a little bit of pushing and shoving. Actually, there were a few laughs in there. I don't know how angry anybody was getting in that one. It was actually a little bit funny. But we do see Mount St. Mary's taking an early lead. DJ Johnson finishes this one off very nicely in the wing. But Navy, just so relentless. This is a really interesting try, though. The kick ahead, Aiden Gerber, the chase, fantastic. They catch Bastian Brunello really kind of isolated, somehow he's able to fix that. But the pressure is still there, and it's Gerber, in fact, who spots that the ball is out in goal and scores. So this is kind of an interesting little thing, is that there are no tackles, there are no rucks in goal. The rules are a little bit different. So here you are trying not to touch the ball down in goal, but you're tackled right on your own goal line and you set it back into in goal. No more ruck. So you can go in and just pick up the ball and touch down. Yeah. Smart rugby IQ thing. Execution really good down close for Navy, as we expect. And William Webb will get it on the try line. Trust us, there is a try line there somewhere. Pretty muddy day and a foggy day as well, but a 27-8 win for Navy. Is Navy number 1 team in the country? Quite possibly. I've got them at number 2 behind Life, but you know what? Those two very close. And out of the West, And a rare midweek game with Cal Poly hosting Army. Army waited a couple of days, recovered to play at Cal Poly. And I've been talking about Cal Poly being an up-and-coming team, and Army's very strong, and this was a wild one on Wednesday night. You see Coby Baker, first of all, breakthrough for Cal Poly, races on to score. I'd give that a solid 9.7 on the dive. Very impressive. Army comes back. And this is exactly that sort of game, right? Back and forth, back and forth. A little bit more wide open for Cal Poly, opportunistic. That's just the way they play, like their head coach played. And a little bit more structured for Army on this. And here, simple stuff. Let's win the line out. Let's maul it over, and let's score the try. What happens then? Another breakaway. Nico Domini, the scrum half this time with Paddy Casey injured. Nico Domini coming in and getting an inside ball from Baker, and off he goes. Once again running through. Well, the camera will catch up to him. He in the dive, he kind of glides like a grand piano, which is unfortunate, but he does get the score. So once back and forth again. Cal Poly in the lead. Late in the game, it is 34-24 for Cal Poly. Would you believe it? We're going back and forth. Army is on the Cal Poly try line. They don't score. The ball gets kicked clear, but Army still has it, and they still come back and push it over. Again, the forwards finishing it off, and that makes it 34-31 with the ball now. Army has the ball. Not only that, they are a player up because Ryan Wenstrom, number 8 for Cal Poly, has got a yellow card. And they kick it. Just don't get that. Cal Poly takes it, and Jayce Martinez breaks through. And again, a little bit of missed tackle, pulling himself out of a tackle. And then what Martinez does is he just boots it ahead. This is a great play because you're up 34-31. Time is winding down. Get it down to the other end of the field. The ball rolls to the far corner. You can't really see it. But guess what? Somebody, somewhere in there, gets the ball for Cal Poly and scores a try. Astonishing. It's really funny. I was just trying to coach that crossfield kick today, in fact. It's a very difficult skill to execute, and Martinez does a fantastic job. Iced it. 39-31. Cal Poly won that game. Army is terrific. Is having a terrific season. A tough loss for them. A tough road trip to California, but that's the way it goes. You take a road trip to California. You never know what's going to happen, and I've been telling you, Cal Poly is a legit rugby team this year, and they showed it in that game. 39-31. Fantastic win in the middle of the week. We're going to find out. I think we're going to find out because St. Mary's plays Cal, and I think that's sort of the battle right now for who's number 1 on the West Coast, number 3 on the West Coast. Probably Central Washington and then UCLA, and we'll see how the playoff matchups come. We're going to get those probably after this round of games. We'll wait a little bit, and they'll be out the playoff seeding. So keep an eye as March closes. We'll see those playoff seedings, and then everybody can complain about those. So, all right, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.